Eagles 102.3 Abuja.
Something now.
It's the bomb, yo. Wake up and don't sleep on a bicycle.
Next.
This is Eagles Morning Rise, where you get inspired, updated, talk sports, and discuss topical national issues. All served hot, like coffee.
Yummy.
This is gonna be the best day of my life.
Eagles Morning Rise with
Natural Prince.
6 a.m. to 10 a.m. Every weekday on your number one radio experience.
You can count on
Eagles 102.3 FM.
Thank you so much for staying with us. This is your radio experience. You can count on Eagles 102.3. We're glad that you have joining as we look at the big stories within the dailies this morning, analyzing and preferring solutions where necessary to some of the problems that we encounter as a people. It's good to have you join us this week. How's your weekend, by the way? I'd love to know. Send me a message as soon as any headlines tickles your interest. Feel free to respond to by just sending a message to 09097054450. That is 09097054450. Keep these numbers close. You're going to need them when we open up the phone lines to take in your voice calls. 09073530044 and 09087668888. Let's begin the conversation this morning with the Punch newspaper. From the Punch newspaper, big story here. Governors battle cash crunch. Delta, Imo, Cross River, Oyo lead as states borrow 130 billion naira in 3 months. 17 shortfall hits states. Internally generated revenue. Debt rise to 5.5 trillion naira. Governors battle cash crunch. Delta, Imo, Cross River, Oyo lead as states borrow 130 billion naira in 3 months. 17 shortfall hit states. Internally generated revenue. Debt rise to 5.5 trillion naira. Now, above the masthead, you have opposition attacks federal government as presidency lambasts EU poll observers. Opposition attacks federal government as presidency lambasts EU poll observers. So this has been in the news. So the EU, submitted its final report. We talked about it on Thursday, Friday now. Yeah. The EU's final report where they made certain recommendations as to how the Nigerian elections can get better, and saying that, well, the 2023 election did not meet certain standards for an election. The presidency refuted that yesterday in a statement by Dele Alake, the presidential advisor on strategic communications, saying that the EU has no right to say that the elections were marred by irregularities and all that, and that the EU is one of those who are trying to, maybe even put the country under and all that stuff. Try to undermine the 2023 election. But then opposition is saying you cannot say that the EU, who donated several, billions of euros to the elections, after collecting their monies, you now say that they don't have a right to comment on the election or even observe the election. Well, I'll leave you to judge. NLC to meet Tinubu on 65-year retirement age. NLC to meet Tinubu on 65-year retirement age. NNPCL marketers, fuel vessels arrive next week, says Ipman. NNPCL and marketers' fuel vessels arrive next week. That's according to Ipman. Also there, UTME top performer manipulated score faces prosecution, says JAM. UTME top performer manipulated score faces prosecution, says JAM. So for those of you who haven't followed the story, a certain young lady, Miss Oma Ejikeme, so, according to JAM, had manipulated her results to say she scored the highest in JAM 2023. She had a track that had gotten her scholarship by Innocent Malters, and the governor was going to recognize her, honor her. That's the governor of Anambra State, until they put a call across to JAM to verify her score, and then it was discovered that JAM says, look, there was no such thing. She didn't score that much. They manipulated the score. Another young man also had manipulated the score to about 380 and all. You would wonder why young people would put themselves in this kind of light, put their families through this kind of embarrassment, and drag their family names in the mud. All for what? For what reason? Doesn't make any sense. Anyway, Khan mourns as kidnappers kill RCCG pastor, 7 churchgoers rescued. Khan mourns as kidnappers kill RCCG pastor, 7 churchgoers rescued. This happened in Ogun State. For those of you who had followed the story, in the early hours of Saturday morning, the pastor was shot and killed. 7 members of his church were abducted. Somehow they were rescued by the vigilante or the state security apparatus alongside the police. Insecurity in this country, we've always said, has to be, treated and handled decisively. Can't continue like this. Zenith Bank leads Nigerian lenders in new global ranking. Zenith Bank leads Nigerian lenders in global ranking. Those are headlines in the front page of the Punch newspaper. Let's pick up the Vanguard now. And from Vanguard newspaper, big story: March to Nigeria's economic recovery revealed. Tinubu's move against terrorism. March to Nigeria's economic recovery revealed. Tinubu's move against terrorism. Comprehensive onslaught against bandits and terrorists begin. Security architecture set for review. Rules of engagement to be determined by the nature of the security threat. More shake-up imminent in the security services. President vows to stop crude oil theft. Economic policies to reflect contemporary realities. Scores of captives released as farmers return to their farms in the Northwest. Consultations in the political, economic, and security sphere continue. Away from that now, fuel subsidy made e-vehicles unattractive in Nigeria, says World Bank. Fuel subsidy made e-vehicles unattractive in Nigeria. That's according to World Bank. Also there you have presidency rejects EU's report on 2023 general elections. EU's report reliable, says Atiku. Anxiety as federal government resumes work on Lagos-Ibadan Expressway today. 9 illegal refineries with 1 million barrels per day production capacity uncovered in Bayelsa. Shouldn't we incorporate these kinds of refineries? If they're producing PMS up to 1 million barrels, shouldn't they be servicing their states? I mean, people have even said that, the specification of fuel produced in these so-called illegal refineries could be better than what we import. So why don't we find a way to, instead of terming these guys illegal, maybe give them some level of license to produce and sell to Nigerians, upgrade whatever facilities they have, ensure that it's safe enough, and get. I know people make arguments for stuff like climate change and all that stuff. But then the global, the Europe and Americas that are at the top front of the whole climate change, whatever, are the biggest, have the biggest, what do you call it, carbon footprint. Africa in general has less than 5%. So why don't we find ways to make life easier for all the Nigerians? I'm just saying. Fuel subsidy removal, forex reforms, investors rake in 5.3 trillion naira in first half 2023. Also there you have ministerial nominees. Osumbo, Ambassador Musa Mohammed make list. 10th Senate opposition to Tambuwal's minority leadership bid swells. 10th Senate opposition to Tambuwal's minority leadership bid swells. JAMB raises alarm over candidates parading fake scores. There you have that. Moving on. Finally, quickly, let's see what the Guardian newspaper is reporting before we get your thoughts in. Excuse me. Pump price hike. Households consider solar alternatives amid high onboarding costs. Excuse me. Pump price hike. Households consider solar alternatives amid high onboarding costs. Presidency rejects jaundiced EU conclusion on the 2023 elections. PDP NWC meets senators today over minority leadership alleged APC interference. PDP NWC meets senators today over minority leadership alleged APC interference. Published spending of 400 billion naira fuel subsidy savings, SIRAP tasks Tinubu. Published spending of 400 billion naira fuel subsidy savings, SIRAP tasks Tinubu. Imperative of UTME fees results validity review. Also there, CPPE 6 end to high volatile forex market as dollar trades between 461 naira and 841 naira at I&E window. AFDB OK's $150 million loan for Abia to rehabilitate roads and solid waste. Africa Development Bank OK's $115 million loan for Abia to rehabilitate roads and manage erosion as well as solid waste. They have it. Headlines from the Guardian newspaper. Jump in now with your 2 cents if any of the headlines jump into you this morning. Feel free to respond by calling 090-7353-0044 and 090-8766-8888. Send SMS and WhatsApp messages to 090-9705-4450. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Professor Macho, and my prayer and goodwill for Nigeria and Nigerians.
Good morning, Clement Zion Prince. Welcome. How was your weekend?
Thank you. Thank God, and yours?
Great. Thank you so much for asking.
Set up tax to publish spending of 400 billion naira rating from subsidy removal. It is common for subsidy now. And if the call more people sacrificing and dying in pains, and such a whooping amount of money is raising, and the expenditure is not known to them how it is expended. I pray that the eyes of Nigerians are open now. We can realize how rich we are. This money was being siphoned by those who are importing fuel for us on that subsidy regime. The money now comes to government, no longer in the hands of those shady importers. The government should make life easy for Nigerians. there's no reason to pay over high school fees anymore. And life will be easy for Nigerians. That's what I want to say now. And in addition to supporting that the refinery should be built, and this modular refineries should be regulated and encouraged.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Kevin Zion Prince. Have a very fantastic day. Keep your calls coming in. We'll keep it within 90 seconds as we can this morning. All right. 09073530044 and 09087668888. Hello. Good morning.
Good morning, Diana.
Good morning. Okay. Good to have you.
Good morning. I greet to you. I greet all Nigerians. I greet all Nigerians.
Welcome.
My own take this morning is on EU. Every word, no, it's not only Nigerians. Know that what Mahmoud conducted here, it's a shame, and it's a scam. 2023 election is a scam. It's not only. Every I said, I say, hope we have said. So EU have said it. European Union, they know that the election is not fair and credible. It just the presence of Mr. Tinubu is given by INEC. It's not what we voted for. I stand for 6-7 hours to make sure that I vote. After I voted, they take away they take away my joy. Let me say it like that. It's unfortunate. We are waiting for the court. We are waiting for the final.
All right.
I think
okay.
That will not disappoint us.
Thank you so much for calling. Okay, hoping that the court would not disappoint him. Good one. Hello, good morning.
Hello. Good morning, Mr. Henacho.
Good morning, Salasi. Good to have you. Hello, Salasi.
Hello.
Salasi, can you hear me?
Oh, let me be found. I want to talk about Mataoki. I greet you. Good morning, sir. President promised to stop crude theft in Nigeria. See, the people involved in this theft are not ordinary people, are not common people. It's like somebody said, crude is not like something like chocolate that you can put on your pocket and run away with it. It will take so many days to load vessel and it will carry this thing for them. There are some of the security may have compromising, most especially they are in support of this oil theft. So we want the president to do something about this oil theft. It has been going on for years. You can discover those parts that were discovered. So government should do the needful. We want our president to do the needful in order to stop this oil theft. Nagori.
Thank you very much, Salasi. Keep your calls coming in. Hello, good morning.
Prince Henacho, good morning.
Good morning, Apostle also live.
Yes, God bless you for the updates you are giving to us.
Welcome.
So I want to weigh in this saying of the international observers. Even a dead man know that there is a foul play in election that Mahmoud conducted. He didn't know. But what I think our president will do is that to call those people they have cheated, call them to the order and say, so it have happened, it have happened. If they can mellow it down, so that they will reform our electoral system. And another thing I want to say is this: those people that are producing oil, whether illegal or non-illegal, if they can, government of the day can use them, so that this problem of fuel problem will be a thing of past. Not to support them and not to spoil them. There is a way they can do it, and those people they will be useful to the society. Thank you and God bless you.
Thank you so much, Apostle. Also live. God bless you. Thank you so much for calling. More calls. Hello. Good morning.
Good day.
Good morning.
My name is GB. How are you? Good morning.
GB, very well. Good to have you. How was your weekend?
Fine. The presidency rejects the EU report. Me, I also reject it. In the tribunal, all the witnesses called by both Labour Party and the PDP were saying the election was conducted well, and that the only thing was that they could not upload. Go and check all their records. They say yes, it was conducted well, and that they could not upload. There are skirmishes here and there. Out of 170,000,
if you say that Kemishi is about 500, 1,000 polling units, what's the fraction? It's not to 1% of the election. I mean, this election where people lost in their own base. The presidency lost in Katsina, in Kaduna, the lost in Lagos, lost in Lagos. Anybody that wants to read the election will read in his own domain, and you read when you get highest vote. Now you know when you are getting to something vote, you will really get millions, and none of those things happen. So to me, I rejected it because even the tribunal witnesses say the election was conducted very well. And then the issue of people who are killed in Ogun State is a pity that is happening. And that emphasizes the issue of community and state policing because when this thing happens, the neighborhood will call by the so safe, the community policing, the security aspect of Ogun State. And they're able to gather those people, kill one of them, and rescue the victim. So my emphasis has been that let's bring community and state policing because all this kidnapping and the locality. It's sure that the people who are kidnapped were in the vicinity there. That's why they're going to trace them. People after minutes of calling those people. They are not strangers. So we need state and community policing to tackle kidnapping and banditry as abiding or something. Boko Haram have been defeated to some extent. But I'm telling you, but we need these people to do this job for us.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Keep a calls coming 09073530044. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
My name is Haruna. I'm calling
Haruna,
you from
it's a blessing to have you. Go ahead, let's hear you, please.
Thank you very much. We have, let me go about the UA report. They concluded the result of 2023 election. You see, very far at times, our leader, they cannot do anything by themselves except they invite those people. And then when they invite them come, then at the end of the day, now when they give them the result and they begin to reject the result, we can't do it to ourselves till we invite any other people from any other country to come and observe the election in our country. So we have many issues that is facing this country that we are going to focus on this country now. It's not by reporting a election. So please let us bring our head together to face the challenge that is bothering any individual in this country. So may God help us. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Haruna. Sule, more calls. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Nacho.
Good morning, Elder Noja. Good to have you. How was your weekend, sir?
You are a debtor to me.
Yeah.
To me.
Let me take your number now and see if I can. Let me see.
I beg, take it and leave it to my. This is very important one.
I'll forward that to you.
My regard to your family and to the hospital.
Thank you.
The media there. You see, in Nigeria, you see something like China. China, if you see you creating something, will encourage you not to discourage you. People are refining petrol in their own land. The petrol belongs to them. The land belongs to them. Because you call yourself a federal government, control that place. When that place started destroying it. And then the petrol where they are producing is not a fake petrol. It's not a wrong petrol. And instead of the federal government, now, the corner where federal government control, they are not working. And then some people have intelligence, have experience to produce petrol, maybe to go and destroy it. They are unfair. Federal government, they are unfair. What you can produce, and they are producing it. What are you supposed to do? Encourage me. And then you need me to pay the government. Tell me the amount I will pay the government, give me the rent. I will continue producing. There's no need of go and destroy this coal is illegal refinery. What's on the legal? The legal now is not working, but the illegal is working. What is supposed to do as a government? Encourage them. If they produce petrol, they started producing petrol. Monitor them for the environment and this and this. And then let them sell it. If you want to buy from them, you buy from them and sell to public, or they sell it directly. The problem of petrol will come down in Nigeria. The federal government, they are not in here to get to people. Thank you very much. God bless Nigeria.
Thank you, Elder Noja. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Prince Inasho. Happy New Week to you and Happy New Month.
Olajide, welcome.
Olajide from Wisconsin.
Good to have you. Good to have you.
Prince Inasho, do I hear say Abia collected $150 million US African Development Loan?
Yes, the bank has okayed that for the Abia State.
Prince, under how many years as a governor? Under 1 month. Under 1 month. And I think this is the party condemning President Buhari for taking loans. This is not sure. Me, I do say something. We are Nigeria, we are brothers. Governance is not a side play. When you are outside the governance, you feel like, when I get there, I will do it, I will do this, I will do that. But by the time you get there, you saw that it's a clear different ballgame. $150 million to do what? To do road, to do control erosion. Yes, it's a welcome development, but they should know that the Abia people should follow this man to see that this money is judiciously used. $115 million is not a child play, it's not a small money. That is that on that. On the issue of all these Shashua refinery they are doing in Niger Delta, everybody should support it. Please, it's a pure economic sabotage to a nation. Secondly, this kind of thing, if you remember early last year, is it last year or year before the last? In Rivers State, the entire Rivers State was like there was rain because of this smoke of this, and it's shocking people. Let's forget about the this thing you are talking about, what is the climate? Forget about it. We are talking about our head here. We are talking about our head. One, it is dangerous to our head. Secondly, it is economic sabotage. Thirdly, let me tell you, there are a lot of refineries of modular being embarked on by federal government. Most of it are almost 80-90% completion. And we have gotten Dangote, and another one is going on in Akwa Ibom. Development is gradual by gradual. Are you getting it? In the next 4-5 years, you will discover that Nigeria will have refinery to the extent that somebody will say, it's too much safe. But we are crying now simply because we have not gotten it right for years. And because of that, we should not now go into this kind of bullshit these people are doing there.
Okay.
I hope we will do the right thing. God bless Nigeria.
God bless you too. All right, keep your calls coming. 090-7353-0044 and 090-8766-8888. You can send SMS and WhatsApp messages to 090-9705-4450. That is 090-9705-4450. I'd love to hear from you. Keep it here.
Eagles 102.3 Abuja.
Looking for the most innovative housing and construction festival? The best platform for an exhibition, an opportunity to network and increase your business reach. How to navigate the real estate and construction market trends? Then look no further, as the 17th Africa International Housing Show is here again. This year's ARHS gives you access to several innovations, including 400 plus exhibitors, 25,000 plus attendees, Africa's one-of-a-kind real estate CEOs Forum, ARHS Under 40 and Young Professional Meetup 2023, B2B meeting, networking app, International Conference on Alternative Funding for Housing. This year's event will be witnessed by a delegation of members of the Chartered Institute of Housing, CIOH London, and the UK Professional Association of Certified Housing Practitioners. Be a part of this historic event. Visit our website www.africahousingshow.com or call 0916 500,000. 17th Africa International Housing Show, the largest housing conference and exhibition in Africa.
Eagles 102.3 Abuja.
Thank you for keeping it with us. This is your radio experience you can count on. Eagles 102.3. You're onto the pages. We're looking at what the papers are reporting this morning. Feel free to jump in if any of the headlines tickle your interest. Again, the numbers to call 090-7353-0044. That is 090-87. That is 090-7353-0044 and 090-8766-8888. 090-8766-8888. SMS and WhatsApp messages go to 090-9705-4450. Let's quickly look at Daily Trust. What Daily Trust has this morning. The big story, front page of this day newspaper. Race for Senate leaders. APC's Bamidele in pole position as Tambuwal Alero battle in PDP. Also, there you have allow Nigerians to thrive abroad. Gynecologist tells federal government. Bago task emirs to safeguard cultural heritage. Senator Goje flags off distribution of free fertilizer to farmers. Anti-democratic forces attacking Asari Dokubo, says Yerima. Anti-democratic forces attacking Asari Dokubo, says Yerima. Tinubu urged not to appoint corrupt persons as ministers. Tinubu urged not to appoint corrupt persons as ministers. Leave you to it. Presidency rejects EU report on 2023 elections. Despite guidelines, Nigerian airlines not paying compensation for delays. Also there, pupil celebrated as highest UTME scorer, forged results, says JAM. Baby found alive on mom's back 24 hours after bandits shot her dead. Oh my God. Really disheartening. Baby found alive on mom's back 24 hours after bandits shot her dead. Such a disheartening one. Right, join in with your 2 cents if any of the headlines jump at you this morning. 090-7353-0044 and 090-8766-8888. 90 seconds is a lot of time this morning. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Ian Acho.
Good morning. What happened? Try to call back. And I haven't heard from Prince Ike in a while. I hope you're doing good, Prince Ike. Let me know that you're okay. Send me a message. George is calling so that we can know that you're doing right. Hello, good morning.
Yeah, Ian Acho, good morning.
Good morning. Okay, Chuku, good to have you.
Thank you. How was your weekend?
Very well. Thank you so much for asking.
You see? When we have been telling people that the way terrorism are going in this country, it is uncalled for. A baby found alive in her mommy's back, where bandits kill her. Buhari said he will end terrorism before he left, but he did not end it. And the thing is following Tinubu now. You understand? So if President Tinubu cannot stop this terrorist, I bet you will see the thing increasing again. Because these guys are not relenting. They have mission. That's why you see they are coming out fully. When you talk, some people will come out and counter you with what would I say, injustice. They want to somebody is to everybody. For me, you see this terrorism, I don't think that Tinubu can fight it because since they entered this office for 1 month now, will not be able to do anything. Please, Nigerians should wake up and look in the night before you sleep. My brother, watch well. And away from that, 400 billion for subsidy. Where did they keep the money? 400 billion for just 1 month. Honestly, all these our politicians and our leaders, they are not helping the citizens.
All right, okay, Chiku.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Bye-bye.
Have a very pleasant day. Hello, good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Prince.
Good morning.
Yeah. My name is Monday, calling from Ambo.
Monday, is it your first time calling?
Yes, sir, this is my first time calling.
Well done, Monday. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you for joining the family.
The newspaper review, you said the presidency against EU's report, saying they don't have even what it takes to comment on the outcome of the election. Now, the truth of the matter is they have the right to contribute to the process of the election, but when they make their observation and pass comment on it, they will not make use of it. Where are we going? Where are we going? Where are we going? That is the first question. Then secondly, I had illegal refinery uncovered in Bayelsa. Now, How do we start the refinery illegal when we don't even have any legal one going? And if it's illegal, let them make it go to the process of our election, and the outcome of it will not be what they expect. And they say, why is there comment on it? I think the judiciary is the one we are waiting for now. No hope for now. Thank you.
Monday, thank you very much for calling. I'll get to your messages in a bit. Keep your calls coming in. 090-7353-0044 and 090-8766-8888. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning.
Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm very well. Who's joining us?
My name is Abakar calling you from Gwagwalada.
Abakar, welcome. Good to have you.
Thank you. Happy New Month.
I wish you the same. How's it going?
The EU report cannot alter anything. Democracy in most of developing countries is being twisted to suit the whims and caprices of the ruling class. People's mandate are not authenticated. So, international world should rise to occasion. If they sincerely are promoting democratic values and norms in developing countries, we see how democracy is suffering serious setbacks in some West African region. We see what is transpired in Sierra Leone of recent. The opposition disagree with the election result, and some of the West African countries, democracy have failed and military are in power. So whenever the will of majority did not carry a day, the people general will is manipulated. There's no democracy.
All right, Abubakar. Thank you so much, Abubakar, for calling in. Appreciate you. Let's go to your messages now. Tim from Lugbe says, good morning, Prince Ihanacho. The EU's final report vindicated the obedience stance that INEC rigged its own electoral guidelines and that the fraudulent declaration of Tinubu as the winner of the presidential election cannot be validated. Hashtag the stolen mandate must be returned. Okay, thank you so much for your message, team. Let's go to the voice notes now. Good morning. Okay. What's happening? Okay. Let's see.
Good morning, Mr. Ihanacho.
Good morning.
My name is Joe from Maraba.
Joe, welcome.
I want to talk about the EU report on 2023 elections. I know what the EU says is not new. Majority of Nigerians know that the election was rigged by INEC in favor of APC and Tinubu. So we are not surprised. I know they will reject it because they are the great beneficiaries. It is not today. YAG Africa, a lot of other NGOs have talked about this election as the worst election so far. So why would the presidency, are they not ashamed of themselves? Look at the courts. The courts are under pressure. Despite the glaring evidence before them, they are under serious pressure to deliver justice. No, we wait for the final verdict. The election was the worst, and this INEC will still deploy their spokesperson Festus Okoye-Dokuman tell us lies on air. It's very, very shameful. A country like this cannot boast of a better election, a well-organized electoral body. It's a shame. Thank you very much. Have a nice day.
Thank you so much for your contribution to the conversation this morning. Let's go to more messages. And this one is, okay, seems like, okay, Bright says, good morning, Ihanacho Prince. I want to thank the African Development Bank for granting such a huge loan to our dear Abia State. I believe the new government will make judicious use of it for the betterment of our state. On the EU report on the election, even the blind and the deaf knows about it. All eyes are on the judiciary to redeem their shattered image by delivering the right judgment. May God continue to provide for us. May God continue to provide for us all in the present administration. Amen. Thank you so much, Bright Mass. Appreciate you sending that one in. Let's go to the next, and then maybe the next. Oh, this is a voice note here. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning,
Prince Iheanacho and all our good listeners. How's the weekend and the family?
Great, thank you so much.
My name is Eric.
Eric, good to have
and I
you.
want to comment on the issue of the young girl or the teenager that actually manipulated our JAMB score. I'm just wondering the need for that. It shows the kind of leaders we are breeding in our society. And don't forget that charity, they say, begins from home. I'm just wondering the reason for that action of us. And I can bet you that she must have accomplice. Definitely she's not acting alone. It now shows the kind of future leaders the society is breeding. It's unfortunate that even one of the caller this morning has actually mentioned that in their contribution. We feel it's not anything too serious. But honestly, it's sad for a young teenager like that. So someone who will manipulate our scores just to gain, I don't know, popularity or scholarship. What will such person turn out to be in the higher institution? And at the end of it all, we hear that such a student has graduated with so and so. Don't forget that foundation matter in every building. I just hope we'll get it right. And this is also begging on parents not to unnecessarily put their children under pressure on healthy competition. Parents go as far as saying their children, yes, there's nothing wrong in asking your children to emerge the best in their various endeavors, but not to the extent of manipulating results. That's why politicians will steal money, public fund, and people will come out and be celebrating them. Let me leave it here. Thank you and have a wonderful day.
Thank you very much, Eric. Thank you for your message, your voice note rather. You go on to, who's this now? Odogu Motive. You say good morning. How was your weekend? My weekend was great. Thank you so much for asking. It is very unfortunate that we are not lucky in this beautiful country with bad leadership. People are crying that fuel pump price is high and they're still planning to increase it again. Please, who do us? Let us go. I beg. God bless you and have a blissful day ahead. Thank you so much, Odogu Motive. Thank you. Appreciate you and your message. Okay, moving on. Let's go to the next. Okay, another voice note.
Good morning, President Iheanacho.
Good morning.
My name is Engineer Shegun.
Engineer Shegun,
you see this bunkering that they're talking about, they are illegal. It's a lie. Because as a mechanical engineer, I will tell you that no machine will come to Nigeria without some authority knows about it and approve it. So where are they getting those equipment for? The equipment for you to recruit oil, to recruit any oil in Nigeria is not a small money before you can bring it in. So where are they bringing it from that they didn't know? So they should just come up and tell us the truth, that this is what is going on. What I detect there is that maybe there are something they are getting from there and the thing is not coming to their hands again. That's why they will announce them. They are illegal. And about the issue of bunkering, I just believe that the issue of these bandits, I believe that the Lord is our shepherd. That is the only thing. So I believe that God will take control. Because if this thing, I believe that if Nigeria security want to counter it, they are capable of doing it. Nigeria that will travel out of the country to go and save other nations, so we can't save our nation. It's very unfortunate. God bless you, my prince. God bless you, FM.
Thank
God
you.
bless Nigeria.
Thank you so much, Engineer Shago. Now, on this thing, so apparently they don't really have to buy equipment per se, because if you observe, it's called bullfire in the Niger Delta region. They don't really have or need to have so much equipment to do this. Once you start to burn crude, after the first stage, the second, after you have butane and propane or so, you have PMS, coming out from there. They just use drums and set of fires and all that stuff to burn crude to get the PMS. Okay, Joseph Jojo from Goshen Villa Estate, Piakasa says, good morning, Prince. Happy New Month. Tinubu should tell his new chief of security to start working. Bandits are still killing, kidnapping. What are they doing? Please, we need them to start working. The celebration is over. They should get to work now. God bless you. Thank you so much, Joseph. God bless you too. I'm glad you sent in a message. Okay. Right, come on, going on to the next. Don is here. Don, your message is 3 minutes long. We're keeping the conversation within 90 seconds. So I'll take 90 seconds and I'll leave the rest. Good morning.
Hello, good morning, my prince.
Morning,
I was a
Don.
night. Hope it was great. How was your weekend, by the way?
Good.
I know you didn't go out because of. Okay, I'm just guessing. All right, straight to the discussion. I want to contribute on the demolition of a Trademore estate. I don't understand why Nigerians were always reactive rather than being proactive. These people were given permission to, erect these buildings by some people. Why are the governments not trailing them to see? Finding out who are the people that give. They know that those areas are prone to such things. So they gave the permission anyway. Now people are going to lose their resources because of somebody's ineptitudeness. How do you call it? It is really not right. Rejection of EU election report by Tinubu. You see, that's what we're talking about. Even a blind man knows that the election that was conducted in this year was a sham, was the lowest of the lowest. So, but if it was in the other way around, they will be hailing the EU. You see, Nigerians, I just laugh at some of us. Inflation to rise by 25%. Everybody knows that without being a professional, you know that the way Nigeria is going, inflation is going to continue to rise. You need people who understand, especially because of this issue of fuel stuff. If it is not well handled, I'm afraid it's going to go out of hand.
Okay. Thank you so much, Don. That's it there. Let's leave it there. Moving on. Jennifer from Alex Jennifer from First Generation Estate Local Goma says, good morning, Prince. EU report is clear. Even INEC know they didn't do well. That's why they are defending it in court. INEC is backing APC. Can't you see how funny it is? Well, our eyes are on the court to do the needful, because if they do something different, we will do something too. God bless you, Alex Jennifer. Thank you so much, Jennifer. Appreciate you sending that message. I hope that you have a very lovely day ahead. Let's go to more. Okay, let's get back to the voice calls now. 090-7353-0044 and 090-87668888. Your SMS and WhatsApp messages are still welcome on 090-9705-4450. I was going to share with you quickly from this day newspaper. Federal government will reject EU's report, EU's 2023 election observation report on Nigeria. Says report biased, flawed, born out of inadequate coverage. Atiku's aide says report shows Tinubu rigged poll, Lambast presidency. Also, the EU's account corroborates our position. International observers says Labour Party. Hello, good morning.
Yeah, hello, good morning, Inacho.
Good morning to you. Welcome.
Yeah, how are you today?
I'm very well.
All right.
Glad you're here.
Philip from from the Bay.
Mr. Philip, it's not your first time calling.
I'm not not my first time.
Okay, good. Let's hear you.
All right. The first thing I want to say, please, when people wake up in the morning, they want to hear something to motivate them, because the country is tense already. When you play songs, please play songs that will motivate people in the morning to make them as in want to go out to also for life, do best of things. Not all the time about women, money, love. Please, it's no time for that now.
Okay.
Play songs that will make people want to strive for excellence. That is, by the way.
Thank you.
Then, okay. Then the EU. If I'm permitted to say, I will say they should shut up. Either the election went well or it didn't go well. They are still part of the system that brought that nonsense. Let me explain this. Majority of these are politicians, when they steal our money, where do they take it to? If they really want to help us, they should ban them. Once you know that you committed any offense against Nigeria, against any African countries, they should detain them or send their money back. Don't accept them. Don't allow them to come there and do anything. 80% of them have their houses in UK, some in France, some in Poland, all these areas, all these European Union. Why can't they send them back? That go and make your country good. Then just don't come here. It's not only on election. They spend their money, we know, and the election didn't went well, we know, but they should shut up.
So thank you very much. You're not permitted to say they should shut up. They have a right to. They have a right to say it. Please.
Apologies for that.
Go ahead.
But just to tell you that they are just coming to talk things and things that what have they done ever since then? And for people that are open on judiciary, that okay, judiciary, for me, I've given up on this. I won't lie to you. Because even if the appeal court says the president did not win, the other party win, the Supreme Court is there, and we all know that the Supreme Court has nothing good to write home about. We saw somebody that never contested primary and is being sworn in as the Senate president. He's being sworn in as a senator. That Akpabio and Lawan. So what good thing are we expecting from them again? Nigeria, you just give up. You just hope on God that one day the change you are expecting will come.
All right.
Thank you. Have a wonderful
Thank you very
celebration.
much, Philip. Thank you for calling. Let's go to more of your calls, your messages rather. And this one is from Ogadamano. Ogadamano says, the tradition of the armed forces where the senior officers are forced to retire and junior officers are appointed service chiefs should be looked into. The idea of making the country retire some of its best officers before their retirement age does not augur well for the armed forces. Thank you very much, Ogadamano. And who else is here? Let's see. Okay. You say, why are those in presidency always disagreeing with the reality on ground? Is Alake, the spokesman of the president, telling us that EU is lying over the election report? Why are we like this in Nigeria? It is a lie when it does not favor you. You go on to say President Tinubu should employ the service of the mercenaries to get rid of the insurgents since for the past 13 years, the Nigerian armed forces could not wipe them out. Thank you again. He says it's okay. What has been Nigeria's happiness since democracy? But 3 important questions need to be asked about the country's development: poverty, unemployment, and inequality. Thank you, Ohinoi. And I'll squeeze in one more call and then we wrap it up. Okay, who do we have here again? Okay, the numbers to call 09073530044 and 09087668888. Send your messages to 09097054450. All right, we'll close with this one in the absence of any of those calls. Comrade Ulobasi says, good morning, Mr. Prince Ihanacho. A favorable week awaits you. Thank you so much. You go on to say, European Union's report on the 2023 general elections, especially on this during the presidential offloading of election results by INEC, are widely known to be authentic and the people's verdict. There's nothing the beneficiaries of this falsehood can do than to accept